Chapter 561, The 10th Level. Currently, there was a frigid atmosphere in the hall. Temple Master Iceberg stared at Jian Wushuang with a grim look, and Jian Wushuang looked him directly in the eye. Fine. After a long time had passed, the master finally spoke. Since you don't have the compass, just leave. Jian Wushuang retreated without hesitation. While watching Jian Wushuang walk away, Temple Master Iceberg had a vicious look in his eyes, and he clenched his fists so tightly that his fingernails almost pierced his skin. Jian Wushuang, since you're being stubborn, don't blame me for being merciless. After exiting Temple Master Iceberg's palace, Jian Wushuang let out a sigh of relief. Luckily, even though Temple Master Iceberg is desperate to get that compass, he didn't go crazy and try to kill me inside the holy place. Jian Wushuang thought. Just now, he had been worried that the master would really try to kill him. If so, he had no confidence in his ability to survive. He let me go this time, but I'm sure he won't hesitate if he ever gets the chance to kill me. Jian Wushuang had spotted the killing intent in Temple Master Iceberg's eyes. .bg container 63275 CC1F display, flex direction, column align items, center justify content, center Z index, 214-748-3647. Important compared to Emperor Golden Snake, Temple Master Iceberg is a more difficult opponent. He's completely overbearing and hypocritical. Emperor Golden Snake tried to kill me to get revenge for his son. At least that was reasonable. As for Temple Master Iceberg, a chilling light flashed in Jian Wushuang's eyes. If only I was stronger than him. Jian Wushuang growled silently, unwilling to accept the fact that he was still too weak. Because of him, Jian Wushuang had been forced to risk his life in the battle with Emperor Golden Snake, and even now, he was being pushed into a corner again. Yet, he had to bear it all because he was too weak. Currently, he had hit a bottleneck, and the only way to greatly improve his power was by condensing the 9 origin marks so that he could reach the level of flying to the 9th heaven. Other than that, any improvement in the bone fusion technique and sword principle might be helpful as well. With that in mind, Jian Wushuang immediately went to the monster exterminating pagoda and exchanged for the 10th level of the bone fusion technique. The 10th level was very precious, so purchasing it required a lot of monster cores. Luckily, Jian Wushuang had gained enough cores from Emperor Golden Snake's interspatial ring, enabling him to purchase it. As for the highest levels, the 11th and 12th levels could not be acquired using monster cores. Those two levels were of great value and could not even be found in the monster exterminating pagoda. The only way to obtain them was to go to the 5th floor of the Earth Core Palace, where the relic was stored, and comprehend them directly. However, there was a high requirement for cultivators to enter that floor, and even Jian Wushuang, who was a divine emperor, did not meet that requirement for the time being. After going back to his residence, Jian Wushuang started to practice the 10th level of the bone fusion technique. The further he progressed, the harder it became. It had taken him a half-month to master level 9. Obviously, it would take him more time to master the 10th level. Time went by slowly. In the Monster Spies Information Center, an elder had just finished reading a message and began to frown. Why hasn't Sword Emperor left the holy place even once during the last 2 months? The elder was using every source available to him in the human territory to keep an eye on Jian Wushuang. Therefore, he knew Jian Wushuang's every action. Sword Emperor acquired the 10th level of the bone fusion technique 2 months ago, and it seems that he has been cultivating ever since then. I thought he would leave the holy place and enter the military camp or monster territory after he became a divine emperor. However, I was wrong. I'm afraid that he won't come out until he has mastered the 10th level. Few temple masters have managed to master the 10th level, and he is only in the Saint realm, so I don't know how long we'll have to wait for him to come out. The elder pondered. In the past, it wouldn't have bothered him at all to wait. But now, it was a direct order from Crystal Armored Monster Emperor, and he was very eager to get the compass, so he had already urged the elder to seize it 3 times. Crystal Armored Monster Emperor will be mad if I don't present the compass to him within the near future. There is no use waiting for him to leave the holy place willingly. I have to find a way to draw him out. The elder thought. He picked up a file from the desk, on which everything Jian Wushuang had done since he came to the monster continent was written in detail, including how he had been saved by the Wu Yang tribe. Wu Yang tribe. The elder raised his eyebrows. According to the file, Jian Wushuang lived in Wu Yang tribe for over a month, and in order to disguise his identity as an outsider, he claimed to be one of them after he left there, so he must have a good relationship with them. Let me make some trouble for the Wu Yang tribe. The elder smiled coldly. If the tribe gets into danger, Sword Emperor will definitely leave the holy place to save them. The elder immediately issued his order. 3 days later, in the Green Hillock tribe of the human territory. The Green Hillock tribe bordered Wu Yang tribe. When Jian Wushuang was in Wu Yang tribe, they had once caught a spy from the Green Hillock tribe. It was night, and the whole area was completely silent. 5 figures slowly approached the Green Hillock tribe. Listen, our mission is to eliminate the Green Hillock tribe. Do it as quickly and as cruelly as possible. We have to scare the Wu Yang tribe and force their leader to ask Sword Emperor for help. Understood. The 5 figures discussed their plans in a low voice before finally arriving at the entrance to the Green Hillock tribe. Chapter 562, Exiting the Holy Place. Jian Wushuang, as one of the divine emperors, had his own residence in the holy place, and it was a fairly large manor. At this moment, he was busy exercising inside his manor. He was in the horse stance, with his upper body naked and his fists tightly clenched, releasing punches, one after the other, and his every move would cause an exploding sound to reverberate throughout the area. Naturally, he was covered in sweat. After a long time had passed, he finally stopped and moved to a stone table, where he proceeded to gulp down the container of water that was on it. He let out a sigh. Though he looked tired, there was joy in his eyes. Finally, I've mastered the 10th level of the bone fusion technique after 2 months of practicing. Jian Wushuang smiled. He had been cultivating hard during these last 2 months, all in order to strengthen his body. He had even bought some treasures from the monster exterminating pagoda, like the 9th heaven thunderbolts. These treasures had been quite helpful to him, and he had finally succeeded in mastering the 10th level. It goes without saying that the 10th level was more powerful than the 9th level. As of now, Jian Wushuang's body was much stronger than before, but it was still far from its limits. From the time he first reached the level of Venerable Master until now, he had been slowly strengthening his body. .bg container 63275 CC1F display, flex direction, column align items, center justify content, center Z index, 214-748-3647. Important, I really want to know how incredible my body will be when it finally reaches its limits. Jian Wushuang was full of expectations. Sword Emperor. Jian Wushuang heard a hearty voice right before a red-haired elder entered. Emperor Daofeng. Jian Wushuang stood up and looked at the elder. Emperor Daofeng, one of the 108 divine emperors, had an important position in the Monster Exterminating League. He was in charge of many issues regarding the human territory. Sword Emperor, I came here for only one reason. Emperor Daofeng went straight to the point. Please tell me then, Jian Wushuang said with a smile. Even though the human territory takes up a small portion of the monster continent, it is still so vast. Because of this, many demonic beasts keep infiltrating our land and placing monster spies within our population. Those spies normally maintain a low profile and behave themselves for fear of being found, but several days ago some spies attacked a territory and slaughtered many experts for no reason. They slaughtered human beings inside the Huaman territory. Jian Wushuang was shocked. From what he had learned, monster spies usually wouldn't slaughter human beings unless they were exposed. Therefore, what the elder had told him was a rare case. Those attackers were very powerful. Some of them were even rank 7 or 8 monsters. So far, they have destroyed 4 tribes, said the elder gravely. In that case, you must be preparing to send some human experts there to kill those spies as soon as possible, said Jian Wushuang. He shot Emperor Daofeng a weird glance before asking, Emperor Daofeng, did you come here to ask me for help? Yes. Emperor Daofeng nodded. These spies are powerful and only divine emperors can kill them all. I came to ask you for help because those attacks took place near the Wu Yang tribe. What? Jian Wushuang's expression suddenly darkened. The Wu Yang tribe was where he had stayed when he first arrived on the monster continent. It was a place where he had felt some rare warmth in his life. He had only spent 1 month there, but he still held some feelings for the tribe. Wu Yu, the lovely girl with big eyes, and Qing, who were still on his mind. Did those spies attack the Wu Yang tribe? Jian Wushuang could not help asking. Not yet, Emperor Daofeng answered. I came here because I knew you were from that tribe. Okay, I'll start off now. After saying that, Jian Wushuang left immediately and headed towards the tribe. In no time at all, a flowing light was seen heading from the holy place towards the Wu Yang tribe. Outside the holy place, the spies who had been watching the entrance reported the news the moment they saw Jian Wushuang come out. Inside the Monster Clan's information center, the black-robed elder smiled cruelly upon receiving the news. Sure enough, Sword Emperor set out to save the Wu Yang tribe without a hint of suspicion. But there's no reason for him to think that it was a trap set for him. The elder was right. It never occurred to Jian Wushuang that the whole thing was just a trap set to lure him out. He never thought that the Monster Clan would specifically target him since he was just an outsider. There were some cases where monster spies had murdered exceptional geniuses from the Monster Exterminating League before they could become really powerful. However, as an outsider and a superior emperor, Jian Wushuang was different. It would be insane for those spies to plan to kill him. What was beyond Jian Wushuang's expectation was that a monster emperor had been driven crazy by the compass he got from Emperor Golden Snake. Master Ji is ready. All we need to do is wait for Sword Emperor to arrive. The black-robed elder sneered. Over the years, he had managed to murder many geniuses and experts. Even though his current target was a superior emperor, he was still confident. At the same time, in a towering palace in the holy place, Temple Master Iceberg also received the news that Jian Wushuang had left the holy place. Finally, you went out by yourself. With the Wu Yang tribe in danger, you couldn't just stand by and watch. Temple Master Iceberg looked grim with an icy smile on his face. I thought you would never leave the holy place. It's true that I can't deal with you as long as you're in the holy place, but now that you've gone outside. Not long after Jian Wushuang left the holy place, Temple Master Iceberg left as well. Chapter 563, Trap. A streak of flowing light flashed across an endless plain, known as the Blood Moon Plain. In a grassy area on that plain, a slender man who had been watching the sky above him suddenly narrowed his eyes and immediately sent a message. The target has appeared and will be there in about 10 breaths. At the end of the plain, stood 9 towering figures. They looked up into the sky the moment they received the message and quickly noticed a black figure. Here he comes. The leader of the 9 people was a hairy man with dark skin and eyes as sharp as lightning. A sliver of light flashed in these men's eyes. The black figure, Jian Wushuang, was heading towards the Wu Yang tribe. Since there were few wormholes on the monster continent, he had to travel on foot. He was currently traveling through the Blood Moon Plain, which was an area he had to pass in order to reach his destination. What in the world were those monster spies thinking? Why did they kill so many human experts? Jian Wushuang was still lost in thought while considering this question. Suddenly, he felt 9 bursts of killing intent in front of him. .bg container 63275cc1f display, flex direction, column align items, center justify content, center Z index, 214-748-3647, important A. The look on Jian Wushuang's face instantly became serious as he stopped, then he looked straight ahead and saw 9 figures. Who are those guys? Jian Wushuang became alert. He could tell that the figures were all powerful. Sword Emperor. The leader of the figures spoke to Jian Wushuang in a frosty voice. We have been waiting here for you for so long. Waiting for me? Jian Wushuang's face fell. I've never seen these powerful guys before. Why are they waiting for me on my way to the Wu Yang tribe? They must have known my destination, so that means those attacks in the human territory were meant to draw me out of the holy place. It's a trap. The spies set this trap for me. The idea crossed Jian Wushuang's mind, and he was immediately sure that he was right. He did not know why the spies had targeted him, an outsider, but he knew that there was no way it was good news. Run! Having made his mind clear, Jian Wushuang moved to escape without hesitation. He had been in Monster Continent long enough to know the monster spies' methods very well. The spies had assassinated many geniuses and experts in human territory, and once they targeted someone, their success rate was about 80%. Not being an idiot, Jian Wushuang knew he could not defeat 9 experts at the same time. Since you're already here, why leave in such a hurry? The leader's voice resounded through the area. As the voice fell, an aura more overbearing than a divine emperor's exploded forth. The leader's aura was like a burning flame that spread out in all directions. It looked as if his eyes were burning as well. Monster! Monster King! Seeing the fire, the escaping Jian Wushuang felt the man's aura suppressing him, and it felt like a mountain had been placed on his shoulders. He should be a Monster King. Jian Wushuang's eyes narrowed in shock. I know monster spies have their own forces in the Huaman territory, but I never thought the force included a Monster King. What a terrifying group! It was terrifying indeed. So terrifying that it almost drove Jian Wushuang mad. Monster Kings were on a par with the Temple Masters of the Monster Exterminating League. All 8 of the men with him were rank 9 monsters that were as powerful as human emperors. At that moment, Jian Wushuang had to face them all. He was reasonably sure that the monster spies had gathered all their forces in human territory to kill him. Damn! Are those spies mad? Why are they trying so hard to kill an outsider like me? Jian Wushuang growled. He took out a messaging slip and sent a message to Monster Exterminating League asking for help. Temple Master Pure Moon, help! I'm in the Blood Moon Plains right now, and there are 8 rank 9 monsters, along with 1 Monster King, trying to kill me. Among all the Temple Masters, the only one from the Monster Exterminating League that Jian Wushuang really had any connection with was Temple Master Pure Moon, and his only messaging slip was from him, so this was the first time he asked him for help. In the East Camp, Temple Master Pure Moon was instantly shocked when he received Jian Wushuang's message. Monster spies are trying to kill Sword Emperor? 1 Monster King and 8 rank 9 monsters are attacking him together? The event was so urgent that Temple Master Pure Moon immediately contacted the other Temple Masters before replying to Jian Wushuang. Sword Emperor, I've informed all the Temple Masters of your situation. Temple Master Black Feather and Temple Master 9C are leaving Heavenwing City and on the way to Blood Moon Plains, but it might take them a half-hour to get there. A half-hour? Jian Wushuang looked grave. A half-hour might be a short time, but his enemies were so powerful that the battle could be settled in a matter of several breaths. Run! Jian Wushuang roared in a low voice. Sword Emperor, you're not going to escape from here. From behind, the leader of the figures chased after Jian Wushuang at a higher speed. At the same time, a purple restriction arose and blocked Jian Wushuang's path. A restriction. Jian Wushuang looked even more terrible. Those spies are indeed well prepared. With so many experts hunting me, they still set up a restriction on the Blood Moon Plain. With only a glance, Jian Wushuang knew that he could not break the restriction in a short amount of time. Azura Secret Skill, Road to the Underworld. Azura Secret Skill, Bridge of Helplessness. Boom! The Blood River swept out with a huge blood bridge hanging over it. The river was surged out and suppressed Jian Wushuang's enemies, along with the Sword Realm. Wang! A dazzling golden light flashed as the golden sword Soul Phantom appeared behind Jian Wushuang, followed by a supreme sword essence that swept the area. Jian Wushuang had the heart-killing sword in hand, and his killing intent exploded as he reached the peak of his power. There was a fever in his eyes. Since I can't run away, I'll fight to the death. Chapter 564, Monster King. Ha ha, stop struggling. The leader of the spies, Ji, laughed loudly while the raging flames approached Jian Wushuang. Ji was indeed the king of fire. Boom! Ji clenched his hands and punched toward Jian Wushuang with a force that was like a volcanic eruption. The air in the surrounding area began to burn, and the eruption of power seemed to be causing the whole area to shake. Facing this power, the golden sword Soul Phantom, which was behind Jian Wushuang, attacked along with a burst of power from the heart-killing sword. The 6th move of the heart-killing sword technique Blood Drifting Sword move. The technique was meant to kill. Before Jian Wushuang had comprehended the slaughter Dao, he could only display the fourth move of the technique, but now he had mastered the fifth and sixth moves as well. The Monster King, who was a king of fire, and Jian Wushuang, the Emperor of Sword Principle, became embroiled in a fierce battle. .bg container 63275 CC1F display, flex direction, column align items, center justify content, center Z index, 214-748-3647. Important: the formidable power overwhelmed the surroundings and caused a storm of destruction to rage through the area. While Jian Wushuang was busy battling Ji, a new figure arrived on the Blood Moon Plain. The newcomer was no other than Temple Master Iceberg. Temple Master Iceberg wanted to get Jian Wushuang's compass no matter what it took. However, it was almost impossible to take it while he stayed inside the holy place, so he followed Jian Wushuang to the plain. The moment he arrived, he spotted the battle between Jian Wushuang and Monster King. That's Jian Wushuang and a group of monster spies. Temple Master Iceberg's eyes widened. What's going on? Are those spies trying to kill Jian Wushuang? Temple Master Iceberg was surprised. One Monster King and 8 rank 9 monsters have joined together to hunt Jian Wushuang. I never knew the demonic beasts had such a strong force hidden inside the human territory. However, this is good for me. Temple Master Iceberg was so thrilled that his face flushed red while his eyes filled with joy and excitement. Yes, joy and excitement. God is on my side. Temple Master Iceberg cried in secret. He had been very annoyed when he was unable to find a chance to kill Jian Wushuang. But now, these monster spies were providing him with the perfect opportunity. As he watched Ji's powerful attack rush towards Jian Wushuang, Temple Master Iceberg was impressed. He is indeed a powerful Monster King. The Master happily cheered him on in his heart. Kill him! Kill him! As a human being and a Temple Master, his first thought should have been to save Jian Wushuang, but instead, he stood by and watched while hoping that the monster spies would kill Jian Wushuang. After that, he would kill the spies and claim the compass. With this scenario, he would not get into trouble. After all, it would not be him but monster spies that had killed Jian Wushuang. Boom! Finally, the energy storm dissipated and a messy figure shot backwards quite a distance before finally regaining its balance. The figure was Jian Wushuang, and even though he looked bad, his aura was still quite vigorous. It was obvious that he was not really injured. How is this possible? Ji looked at Jian Wushuang in astonishment. How could he take my attack head-on and not get injured? It's time to run. After being knocked backwards by Ji, Jian Wushuang attempted to flee without any hesitation. Luckily, I mastered the 10th level of the bone fusion technique before I left the holy place, so my body is much stronger than it was before. Otherwise, I would not have been able to block this Monster King's attack. Jian Wushuang felt lucky. This Monster King really is a king among monsters. He is much more powerful than me. Jian Wushuang had tried his best to fight against him, but he was still overpowered. However, he had managed to weaken the strikes enough that he could withstand them. Even though my body is strong, I should be cautious and avoid facing him directly so that I can buy myself some time. Jian Wushuang analyzed the situation quickly. He was currently stuck here because of the restriction that covered this area. However, by relying on his realm technique, he would be able to deal with these spies for the time being without losing his life, as long as he did not fight with them head-to-head. Kill him! Ji chased after Jian Wushuang and closed in on him while surrounded by fire. As for the other 8 monster spies, they surrounded Jian Wushuang from all directions. Piss off! Jian Wushuang roared. The heart-killing sword struck out with the power of the slaughter Dao behind it and forced 2 enemies in front of Jian Wushuang backwards. Hump! Although those rank 9 monsters can't hurt me at all, they can still cause me some trouble. Jian Wushuang's eyes became cold. He did not need to fear any of the spies, except for the Monster King. He was confident that he could break through a joint attack from 3 rank 9 monsters. Go to hell, human! Ji approached Jian Wushuang from behind, with his fist flying towards Jian Wushuang like a meteorite falling from the sky. Jian Wushuang was unable to completely dodge the incoming fist, so he used his swordsmanship to help deflect the blow. Boom! A booming sound echoed throughout the area as Jian Wushuang was pressed down into the ground, causing a large crater to form. The next moment, Jian Wushuang leaped aside and rushed away, continuing to prolong the battle. I used all my power in that blow just now, but it only wounded him slightly. While gazing at Jian Wushuang, he could sense that Jian Wushuang's aura was almost as powerful as before. He has mastered the 10th level of the bone fusion technique, which means his body is now among the strongest out of all the temple masters. Not only that, he is fast. He has already asked for help, so it won't take long for them to arrive here. Once that happens, I won't be able to kill him, and even escaping will be quite difficult. Chapter 565. The Evacuation. Ji looked grave. I have to kill him now. He roared towards the sky in his monster voice. The very next moment, his body began to bulge, growing from 2 meters to over 10 meters. At the same time, his appearance changed as well, becoming more fierce. He transformed into a giant red bear with a ferocious aura in no time. He revealed his original form. Temple Master Iceberg, who was hiding outside of the restriction, saw the sudden change, which caused his eyes to light up. These monster spies had gone through a lot of effort to change their look into that of a human beings, but the fact was, they were more powerful when in their original form. This Monster King's power doubled when he transformed back into his original form. I can't wait to see whether Jian Wushuang can still fight back against him or not. Temple Master Iceberg was full of expectation and had become impatient because he knew that Jian Wushuang's allies would arrive soon. Once that happened, he would lose his chance to kill Jian Wushuang. Howl! The bear howled and charged at Jian Wushuang like a moving mountain, with both of its huge paws punching towards Jian Wushuang in succession. BG Container 63275 CC1F Display, Flex Direction, Column Align Items, Center Justify Content, Center Z Index, 214-748-3647. Important: the bear's huge body did not slow its speed at all. Palm after palm, it punched toward Jian Wushuang. Peng! Jian Wushuang could not dodge all of the attacks and finally got hit by one of them. He immediately felt as if he had been struck by a mountain. His blood began surging wildly inside him, and a trace of it even flowed from between his lips and dripped down his pale face. His power is terrifying. Jian Wushuang was shocked. Even with my strengthened body, I was still wounded. I'm afraid that taking 3 or 4 more palms would cost me my life. Jian Wushuang was in shock, but the monster spies were completely dumbfounded. How is that possible? How could he manage to withstand my most powerful strike? Is his body really that strong? The spies all felt frightened by the fact that Jian Wushuang had survived the Monster King's powerful blow with just his body. Among the 33 Temple Masters, other than Temple Master Black Spirit, who has mastered the 11th level of the bone fusion technique, no one could match Jian Wushuang in physical defense. Ji growled silently. Right then, he received a message from his messaging slip. Master Ji, Temple Master Black Feather and Temple Master 9C are only 1,000 miles away, so they will arrive here in 15 minutes. They are so quick. Ji was surprised. From the moment they decided to kill Jian Wushuang, they had prepared for everything. It had been clear to them that Jian Wushuang would ask Human League for help and that Temple Master Black Feather and Temple Master 9C, the nearest two from the Blood Moon Plane, might come. So, they had arranged some spies to watch the roads to the plane. Ji made sure to know when the 2 Temple Masters would arrive. As for Temple Master Iceberg, he had followed Jian Wushuang so cautiously that neither Jian Wushuang nor the monster spies had spotted him. 15 minutes. Ji shot Jian Wushuang a ruthless glance. This is beyond my expectations. His body defense is so strong. Maybe I can kill in 15 minutes, but I probably can't take his body with me. This is not what Crystal Armored Monster Emperor wants. Killing Jian Wushuang and taking back his body, as well as his interspatial ring, was what Ji had been told. Among them, the ring was the most important. Ji was not sure that he could kill Jian Wushuang and take his body away in only 15 minutes. Our mission has failed. Let's go. Ji quickly ordered. A moment later, His body began to shrink to the size of a normal human being's. He gave up killing Jian Wushuang and began to turn away. The other spies followed him without thinking. Did they give up on killing me? Jian Wushuang paused and felt relieved when he saw that the spies were planning to evacuate from the plane. However, Temple Master Iceberg, who was still in hiding, looked at the spies who were leaving with a grim expression. A group of trash. Temple Master Iceberg cursed. He had planned to seize Jian Wushuang's interspatial ring after those spies killed him, so it never occurred to him that the spies would fail despite gathering together such a powerful force. It looks like I will have to kill Jian Wushuang myself. Temple Master Iceberg's eyes took on a chilling look as he licked his lips. I may get in trouble after I kill him, but it doesn't matter as long as I can get the compass. Moreover, I don't believe the elders in the Monster Exterminating League will turn against me because of the death of an outsider. Having made up his mind, Temple Master Iceberg made his move. Whoosh! A flowing light flashed across the sky. Then, Temple Master Iceberg appeared with a long gold spear in his hand. The spear sparkled with a formidable power behind it. Then, in the next moment, it easily cut through the restriction on the plane. This move fully demonstrated his power, because even if it was Jian Wushuang, it would take him a rather long time to break this restriction that the spies went all out to set up. Jian Wushuang and the spies both spotted Temple Master Iceberg at the same time. Damn, he is a Temple Master from the Human League. Judging by his aura, he is Temple Master Iceberg. Damn, why is he here? Ji and the other spies all looked glum. Temple Master Iceberg was ranked in the top 3 among the Temple Masters in the Monster Exterminating League. He could kill all the spies here on his own. Temple Master Iceberg. Jian Wushuang was surprised by Temple Master Iceberg's sudden appearance. He was just as confused by Temple Master Iceberg's presence here as the spies were. He was confused. Why did Temple Master Iceberg arrive here before Temple Master Blackfeather and Temple Master 9C? Shouldn't he still be in the holy place?